Hey guys, Nick Espinosa, your chief security fanatic here, and today we have to talk about North Korea because Microsoft just won an important victory against North Korean hacking. Now, here's what's going on. Microsoft has basically been granted access or ownership of 50 websites used by suspected North Korean hackers to basically bolster their attempts to hack government employees, universities, and nuclear organizations, among other targets. Now, to quote Microsoft's blog post on this, Microsoft's Digital Crime Unit and the Microsoft Threat Intelligence Center have been tracking and gathering information on Thallium, monitoring the group's activities to establish and operate a network of websites, domains, and internet-connected computers. Now, the hacking group Microsoft refers to as Thallium is also known as APT, or Advanced Persistent Threat 37, or also Reaper. Now, here's what Thallium would do. They would send phishing emails directing would-be victims to basically the malicious websites that they were owning on these 50 different domains, where they would then be prompted to enter their usernames and passwords. In other words, they were probably spoofing Microsoft Office 365, making it look like, let's say, the single sign-on login page for one of these organizations and trying to get victims to go ahead and reset their passwords and then log in. A successful effort would provide Thallium access to basically the victim's account, including messages, contact lists, and appointments, and all of this. This is a very classic phishing attack that a lot of government agencies use, and others, including the Russians, have been caught doing this before. Now, Microsoft said the victims were located mostly in the United States, Japan, and South Korea. Those are probably the three biggest adversaries that, or at least what North Korea considers their largest adversaries. And along with governments and universities, hackers also basically were looking at think tanks, basically other organizations that were focused on human rights, and individual people working on nuclear proliferation issues. Thallium itself, or APT-37, has been active since 2010, and they've been known to use malicious things like the Kim Jong remote access Trojan, an infection called Baby Shark, no relation to the song, and other things. So this is actually a very important win that Microsoft was able to achieve through the court system, which basically stripped Thallium, this hacking group from North Korea, access to these websites, which took down a lot of phishing. Now, the interesting part about this is because they're spoofing Microsoft, Microsoft has a legal claim, apparently, that they can basically say, you know what, we want these domains because, you know, they're being used to spoof our intellectual property, our Microsoft Office 365 ecosystem, and all of that. And I think that that is a very, very good win. But as we continue to proliferate intelligence gathering, disinformation, fake news in the elections and everything else, and in North Korea's case, we know that they have been shifting their hacking and intelligence ability from gathering intelligence to gathering capital as well. I believe it was the Bank of Bangladesh where they stole hundreds of millions of dollars through hacking attacks to basically fund that country, because that country does not have a lot of import-export or a solid economy by virtue of the embargoes that they have. And so this is a very important win. We're going to see this to continue. I'm very happy that Microsoft was able to do this. Congratulations, Microsoft. And I know that they are not stopping their work there as they continue to weed out the umpteen zillion phishing sites that are spoofing Office 365, as I'm sure Google is working on, you know, catching those that, you know, spoof Google, Facebook, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This is a battle that we have to win ultimately, and I think we win it not necessarily by taking down these domains, which I think is an incredibly important step in protecting people, but it's also educating the masses as well. If you are not aware of these things, every time you go to Microsoft Office, check the address bar. Make sure it actually is your organization, you know, the login for that, as opposed to some random other domain that may look similar or be a letter off. It's the same with phishing email and anything else. Double check that information. Make sure your recipients actually are your recipients, not just that it says their name. So these are important tips, but again, we have won, thanks to Microsoft, a very important victory here against the war on international intelligence hacking, in this case, North Korea. So congratulations, Microsoft, and that is your news of the day. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP, and please feel free to subscribe to me at YouTube as well. And as always, stay safe and stay online. Thanks, guys.